Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. It's kit unboxing day. The latest Simon Says stamp card kit is in the craft/dining room, and today I'm going to unbox and make 4 cards. We're gonna start out so simple and then we're gonna end, let's just say it's a little over the top. It's a little over the top, but sometimes you gotta go there. Not every time. I will have timestamps in the description below if you want to jump ahead or if one card isn't really your jam and you want to see what's next. My feelings won't be hurt. Okay, maybe a little. Plus I'll have a link to the card kit itself as well as a link to my blog post where you can learn more about the kit and see more photos of the cards. So stick around, my unboxing and card making session is coming up next. Let us commence to the unboxing. This out here. We have one of the nice Simon Says stamp zipper top project pouches, the cute little paw print, which is really nice for keeping your kit contents together if you like to craft on the go as well. These are great. All right, let's take some of this out. I like to make sure that I save the stamps for last. So let's pull out the most important part. We'll set aside the Charms Blow Pop. This is the February 22 card kit, Seasons of Sentiments. First things first, ooh, you get the Simon Says stamp dot runner. And I believe this is a new packaging now because you used to buy one with the refills, and now you can just purchase a single little friend here. But isn't that great? Oh, and the adhesive can be removed with an eraser. Yeah, awesome. All right, dot runner. Who doesn't need dot runner? Now let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have little Tim Holtz adornments, locks and keys. Okay, that is very, very funky. Little charms. I have no idea what I'll do with those. I may have to get into more of the multi-dimensional project, but we shall see. That's very cute. Now look at this. Oh, teeny tiny Miss You die with a shadow layer. Oh, just a little Miss You. And you know the thing about Miss You is, I think that is such an all-purpose greeting card sentiment, you know, because, well, we all miss people. And that's nicely taped together just to hold it in place. Oh, cannot wait. Love getting dies in the kits. Okay, let's take a look at our envelopes. We have one mint envelope and one cotton candy envelope. So you can send your beautiful creations to people that you love. Oh my, and we are getting a piece of glitter cardstock. So this is 6 by 6. Oh, look at that shine. It's all the fun of glitter without the mess. And I did not plan the manicure to look so good with this, but let's be real, it kind of does. You get 12 sheets of Simple Stories Happy Hearts 6 by 8 double-sided paper. Okay, I love Simple Stories, so let's take a look at the papers. Oh, and it's a pad. So you get some, I mean, seriously, the Manny. But look at how cute that paper is. Oh, Simple Stories. You kind of nail it all the time. Boy, and for scrapbooking too, I've always been a fan of Simple Stories. Look at the colors. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, cassette tapes. Okay, I could use this to make a Valentine for my hubby because that is how he wooed me. He made me cassette tapes back in 1989. Oh, this is very cute. Pattern, I'm gonna turn, maybe I'll turn it this way too. Little smiley hearts. There is so much paper in here. This almost makes me want to scrapbook too because look at how cute that is. That could be a card front, like a 5 by 7. Oh, so cute. All right, look at that paper. That is absolutely adorable. Look at how elegant this sheet is. Oh, sorry. Hugs and Kisses. That in and of itself, trimmed down. You got a card right there. Cute papers. Gosh, there's just so much in here. I'm kind of shocked. Look at that. Very, very cute. Little flipperoo. Look at all the cute little greetings in there. Ah, okay. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is a great, look at this. Literally 4 cards just like that. I love that. That is really great. What a fantastic collection of paper. So let's look at this mini set, because this is a surprise that there is a, well, 3x4 clear stamp set. Let's look at these little greetings. What would I do without you? I appreciate you. Oh, it's just simply thank you. Thank you for your love and care. I'm lucky to know you. You are amazing. Love this typography as well. It's a very, very cool look right now. This whole thick, chunky font with a serif. Ah, I love it. That is a super cute little set. Let's take a look at the big stamp set, which is called Orchid Rose Bouquet. All right, let's reveal it. Oh my ginormous floral. That is a ginormous set. Oh my gosh. Super all-purpose greetings. But look at that. Okay, gonna have to ruminate on that a little. I already have an idea of something I could do with this. And I would assume, as is usually the case with the stamps that you get in the kit, there probably is a coordinating die for this ginormous bloom, I would guess, in the store. And if there is, I'll have it all linked below. All right, let's take a last look at the cardstock from the kit. We've got 1 sheet of surf blue. We've got 1 sheet of cotton candy. We've got 1 sheet of the mint green and 1 sheet of fog, which is quite literally my favorite gray cardstock in all of the land. So there's a lot of goodness in this kit, and I'm going to be thinking about this because you know me, I like to start out very, very simply, and we will see what shakes out. All right, that's a look at the contents. So let's get into making cards. For card number 1, we are going to go so simple, but I think this is going to be adorable. So you have these 4 panels, right? Each one of these would be adorable. I'm kind of drawn to this one and this one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna cut these apart. I'll just bring in my little baby trimmer here. Will that fit in there? I think it will. I'm just gonna get it right on the line like that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And cut. There's a little tiny bit of adhesive right on the edge there. Okay, cut. And let's come over here and just make sure we get it right on the line for the panel, like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a tiny bit more off the top here, like this, just because I should have stood up to do this. I find if I don't stand up to cut, sometimes my cuts aren't as clean as they could be. And that one right there, we're going to set that right there. So the next thing to do for this card is I'm going to bring in some panel dies, because here's the thing. We could put this on any background. Oh my gosh, there's just, oh, and there's also those. I didn't even notice those. Like any background in here would be super cute, although I think I'm kind of drawn towards that very, yeah, you know what? We're going all the way back because I think this would be very cute to mat this on. Here's what I'm going to do to get perfect dimensions for my card. I always use other products, of course, when I'm using the card kits, but I'm going to cut some panels to layer, okay? And then that way they will have, because 3x4 is the card size here, but I need to trim this for my actual card project. So let's tape that into place like that, okay? Because that will cut it perfectly and get that beautiful bevel. So let's cut this one out. So now I'm going to take the next layer. Let's see, how big do, you know, I might want it to be a little bigger. Would that be good? Oh yeah, that would be good. Okay, I'm going to put it right up there. But again, I love my little beveled edge that comes from die cutting. So let's see here. I don't want it to be going in straight on. We'll just tack that lightly there. Well, sometimes you got to go straight in if you want to save paper. So let's do that and run that through. I'll just go through once. That's a loud one. Now I have a beautiful matte layer that is going to be a perfect fit for that panel. All right, I'm going to open my dot runner here. I just cut right close to the edge of the plastic, and that helps me to get them open very quickly, like that. So now, got my dot runner, and I'm just going to add the dot runner to the back of this. Oh, it always seems a shame to waste pretty paper, but we're just going to coat that on the back. I do like to do all the edges. See, I could never cut with a trimmer by hand to make it look that good. But isn't that cute? Oh, so cute. All right, moving on. Just had another idea. What if I did a thin mat of this shiny glitter cardstock on here? And here's the thing. I promise you, I will not waste it, because I think what I'll do is this is the size probably. Maybe up one. What about that? Is that too big? Yeah, that's a little too big. I'll make sure not to waste this cardstock though. I feel like this is the one. Let me double check. Where's the cut on that? Yeah, that would give me a thin layer. No, I don't know. I think I have to go up one. I have my layer dies here, and sometimes I get confused over which size is the next size up. But what about, how about, well, that's that one. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. That would be a nice layer of the glitter. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to get this perfectly lined up here, but then I'm going to take the center out of it like that. That way I'm not wasting, right? Waste not, want not, and we'll just run it through. Ooh, it's a hard one because I'm going straight on. There we go. All right, so now I have saved that. Only wasted a tiny bit of the glitter paper, so I'll set that aside. Let's get this guy glued on. Oh, that is so pretty. I mean, that's just a way to step up such an easy design, right? What I need to do here is just put the tiniest bit on the outside, and sometimes if I don't want to make something messy, I'm going to go like this because I don't like to get it on my mat. And I'm going to recycle or pitch this plastic anyway, and do that. We'll just map this with this shiny, shiny gold, and then I'm going to put some foam tape on the back so it's not going to matter that there's an opening. Look at that. Oh, so cute. All right, press that down. Okay, very cute. I'm going to add some foam tape to this because this paper isn't quite as heavy as cardstock, so it's going to need some support. And you know what they say, support can be beautiful. And let's see here. Like that. Isn't that cute? All right, let's get the card base prepped. So as I'm looking at the cardstock from the kit, I actually think the cotton candy would be a really cute card base for this, don't you? I'm going to take that out. It would also look really nice on white, of course. So now I'm torn because you know me, I always keep a stash of white. But if I put it on this, then it would have that matching envelope. So let me trim this down. Let's bring this into my guillotine trimmer. Line this up right at, let's see, I gotta see if it's right. 4 1/4, does that look right? Sometimes it looks off on the camera. I've noticed this when I'm looking at my videos, and I don't know if that's just a function of how it appears, but this actually, well, that's right. All right, I'm also gonna get a white base prepped as well, just in case I change my mind. So let me get that. Got my score buddy here, and I'll just score this at 5.5 because this will be top folding. And the finished size is going to be 4¼ inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. All right, let's compare. I really like the warmth of that. You know what? It'd be cute on white too, but I'm feeling that, and I'm surprising even myself because, you know me, I love a white card base, but I think this, because it has such a sweet love feel, I think this is very cute. So let's get this lined up. We'll just look side to side, top to bottom, and press. Look at that. And that is a finished card using a 3x4, panel card, a cute piece of paper to mat it with that's a much more understated. That's a thing I love to do with mixing and matching anytime you have a pattern paper pack, is look for what's bold and look for what's neutral, and then matting it with that shiny, shiny little friend, and then you've got your cute little envelope ready to go. So that is card 1. Very simple, very fun. Card number 2, we're gonna do something with this image that is literally my hand size. Okay, got my Misty, got the stamp, and I'm just going to get a piece of the blue cardstock. Like I could do something like that, and we're basically creating a pattern. I'm just going to give a good rub all over this. Let's get our anti-static powder tool here, and I'm going to give it a few clicks like that, and we're just going to powder this up. I don't really need to be below that, so I think I'm just going to do this for fun so I don't get too overzealous and waste ink. Well, actually, I should have bent that like that. There we go. That'll give me just a little visual guide. I don't know, right? Once I'm there, does that make sense? It does a little bit, that I don't need to go out here. Okay, let's grab our embossing ink. I'll be using Versamark today. We'll just ink it up. Ink it up. See, that way I just don't have to, I can clean it all up, of course. It's no big deal. But this way, I don't stamp more than I have to. My goal here is to only stamp this once because it is such a big stamp and I know it's going to pick up the paper. So, got you there. I'm going to grab my stamp press tool because this really does help me and my wrists. I'll just apply pressure to the... Oh, something's on my tool. Oh, something. There we go. Okay. It's going to go like that. All right, just press it. And really give it a good press, really let that transfer. Big stamps require a big commitment. You know what? That looks really good. I think we're going to go for it. I'm going to add Simon Fine Detail White Powder to this image. Okay. We'll see how it looks. Look, I almost get the whole jar out at once, but this folded paper way of doing it, it's just the easiest for me. I don't... Oh, look at that. Now that, my friends, that is a pretty image. I'm going to filter this back in carefully, like that. Sure, I always spill a little, but you know what? It's quick and relatively painless. I think that's pretty nice. I don't think it needs much cleanup in there. I can see a little powder here. These little angled brushes are very nice for just getting in and doing any cleanup that needs to happen. But I think that's pretty good. And then, of course, once you do it, just kind of tilt it and see if you got all the powder, and I think that I did. So that's really pretty. One of the reasons I love having layer dies like this for cutting panels is that you can, crop. Like I did sort of a monkey job there. It's kind of monkey. And I think what I want to do now is preserve this lovely organic edge. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this panel out and then continue with the design. Taping it into place, and this time I'm going to put that at a little bit of an angle so that when it goes through, it doesn't quite create the speed bump. See that? It's less cracky. Bring me through here like that. All right. I have a beautiful panel trimmed out. And here's the thing. I can switch it. I can go this way. I can go this way. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing. But the panel looks great. I've grabbed a piece of Neenah Solar White Classic Crust from my supply of cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out 3 miscues so that I can, or maybe even 4, but I'm going to cut these out off camera so I can glue some together for a greeting for this card. Now that I've got these all cut out, I think what I will do, well, how do I want to do this? I think sometimes I use spray glue, but sometimes too, you can just use little liquid glue, just little dollops here all over, like that. And of course, if any glue oozes out, it's fine because it will dry clear. So I will get all of these glued together and then we'll add them to whatever shadow layer we think is going to look best. I did one in the blue and one in vellum, and I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'll get these all glued and then we'll decide. Now I've got mine stacked and glued, and here's what I don't know. Do I want to do my greeting on vellum? Because then, of course, you get the beautiful see-through, right, of, let's just pop that into place real quick. I'll add the dot to my eyes too. And I could pop this up, I could have that on vellum. Or is it a stronger look to put it on just blue? Because then that can be popped up also a lot easier. And it's, yeah, you know what? Every time I try to use vellum, I don't. Okay, yeah. For me, that's going to be the way to go. Now I just have to figure out where I put all the little, where I put all my tittles. We'll just go like that. Line that right up on that part of the shadow layer. Tiny, tiny dollops of glue. All right, get that on there. Line that up. So easy to do. And let's make sure that's straight. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to press this. Really give it a good press. Here's what you do with the tittle. You just put a little dab right there in the center. All right, little dab will do ya. Pick it up just like a sequin and boop. Press that down like that. So much easier to build up tittles this way because, let's be real, who can hold those? Who could hold that? So tiny. And also make sure that you have your die cut the right side facing up, with that little sort of bevel edge. Oop, there we go. Pick it up and pop it down. And see, this is why I really love that I swapped my little tip out here for the white, because the white does not leave any mark at all. And now look at how cute that is. Oh, all that dimension, so tiny. I'm going to pop some foam squares on the back of this, and I'll grab, hey, how about this? I'm going to grab that white card base that I didn't use because I think, oh yes, 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 yes. And that's going to be positioned right in, nestled in there. Oh, okay, let's get some foam squares. That, we will line this up. I got to shift a little because of the outline of my mat. Let's get that right there with that nice, what is that, about a 1/4 of an inch of framing margin space here all the way around. Again, grab this little liquid glue. Sometimes I just use my Gina K Connect glue, but I've got this glue out. And I just like to put a little bit on to have that little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to nestle this right in here. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I love this. Like if this was the only card style I ever did, I would be happy. Look at that. I think, oh my gosh, gosh, I think this is so cute. Now, is it straight? I think it is. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Let me line up. Yeah, that's straight. Straight enough. Now, this would be beautiful just on its own, right? Right? So simple. I am going to add just a little shine. Let's grab my favorite little sequins, Majestic Confetti. Pop you open like that. I never open these little containers with my fingers because these are jewels, not tools. Thank you. I'm just going to gather them around. You know, one is the bigger one, and then you trail off with the larger ones. Now, I have a video that I did quite a while ago, and I'll pop a link up here. If you want to check it out later on sequin placement, it might be helpful because it's sort of what guides me when I play with my sequins. I don't overthink it too much, but just a little shine, just a little shine, adding a little more emphasis to the greeting. We'll just add our glue and adhere them. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. There we go. Boop. Boop. It's going to be a boop and slide. We all know how that sounds. Wait, come on now. Boop. I like to tuck it under, right? I think that's kind of nice to create that connection to the greeting. Boop. And the last one down here, that nice little stagger. Boop. Oh, and that's the finished card number 2. Oh my gosh. I love this one. And I didn't really know where it was going, right? Because I just knew I'm going to have a crop of something. But you could do this in any type of embossing, like silver embossing powder, and then do the greeting like in silver. Like this design is so easy. All right, moving on. For card 3, we're coming back to the paper pad here, and I'll show you what I did off camera. Took my little scrap of the pink glitter cardstock, and I just went ahead and die cut some out of white and the top layer out of that so I could have that shiny greeting, okay? Now, I thought, and I could be wrong, there are so many, I mean, look at how good that looks on that. It looks so pretty, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up to this piece, and let me show you this. Now here's, again, I love these panel dies because they allow you to frame out a design. All right, and actually maybe we could even go a little smaller with that if we wanted. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing, but I want to get as much of this prettiness as I can. And then, you know what, maybe I do want that bigger one because I think what I'm going to do is cut this panel. The Miss You is going to be here, and then I think I'm going to take one of these greetings and just say something like, Miss You, you are amazing, grateful for you. I'm lucky to know you. Any of those can work. So let's go ahead and trim this panel down first. So here's a cool thing. You don't have to always, put a sub greeting on a different piece of paper and emboss it and go all fancy. I think what I would like to do is have the Miss You kind of be right in the center like this. And I am going to pop that up, but then I thought I would put the You Are Amazing. Miss You, you are amazing. I think it goes right there. Picking this up like that. Pick that up. Now I don't have to worry about any sort of embossing magic. I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to stamp this with a really dark black ink. This is the VersaFine Clair. I will have to let it dry just a little bit because this is a pigment ink, but it is also very inky and very black and stamps very crisp and beautifully. So let's ink that up like that. All right, that looks pretty good. Bring the door down. And I don't even think I'm gonna use my stamp tool with this because I don't want to over stamp. Just kind of drag my finger across, let that transfer. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that looks really straight. So now I have this nice You Are Amazing right on here. And now while that's drying, actually, I should wipe this off real quick with my stamp chamois. And I think I'll do thin foam squares on this one. Sometimes when my project already has quite a bit of dimension, like this friend here. I'm just going to do a thinner foam square. So let's get those down there. I don't know what that is. Sometimes it's hard for me to see. I should do this with my craft pick, which is what I normally do, because then I can easily see where these go. And this little friend, which is a cut down, come on now, get right there into that little dip. And, oop, picked that off. Maybe one there, and maybe one there. I am feeling this pattern paper, I'm telling you. All right, I've got foam tape on the back so that I can pop up this panel as well. Now, of course, the pattern paper isn't quite as heavy. I'm guessing this is probably a 60-pound weight, so you can see it's got a little curvy there. But I feel like this foam tape will hold it very nicely. And we'll just get that lined up on the card base with that nice bit of framing margin space all the way around. And I went with the cotton candy on this too, because I thought that would look really pretty. This little die, I just think is so versatile. Oh, I just love it. It's so cute. And look how fun that is too with the shine. Little dots of glue so we can just have a little playtime before we commit. And again, this is going to be mostly centered actually, and just right on that so that it nestles right over the greeting. And that's very easy to line up like that. Isn't that so cute? Oh, maybe a little shine. Kind of feeling the renaissance of the clear drops. I haven't been using these for a really long time, but anytime there's like a floral, I think they're very pretty. And so let's get that out of the way. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna use these in this project. So squeeze this out and boop. And of course that will dry clear. Okay. Some in the center, some on the leaves. I don't know. Boop. That. Oh, that one right there in the center. Boop. And I think I was going to go over here, but I just kind of want it to cascade down here a little bit, so it's all on this side, and boop, like that. And that is my finished card number 3. I think this is so cute. And again, you have that great dimensional shine. You have pattern paper and the grid and the cotton candy card base. I mean, that is such a simple design with that pattern paper doing all the creative, work. I don't think I could create that myself, but there you go. All right, let's move on. For the next card, I'm going to come back to this big image. I'm going to get some gold embossing powder, and I'm going to use this Stonehenge Aqua cold press watercolor paper. I have an idea. So where all the others were really simple, this one, not so simple, but let's see what shakes out. So the goal with this one is to get a little more of the image. And of course, I'm going to be cropping this down quite a bit, and I'm going to powder this up quite well. So let's get this guy going. Ink up really well. Again, we've done this before. Bring this down and press tool, and let's start transferring that ink. Now, is the paper going to stick? Not at all. So you know what? I'm going to ink it again. Why not? And this didn't move at all, so let's just get this all pressed in again. All right, that's a great impression. Sprinkle on this antique gold powder. Oh, getting a little carried away there. All right, coat that image, and I'm going to turn it a little so this all just comes like that. It's not bad. Okay. Not as worried about the stuff on the inside. And honestly, I'm not that worried on the outside either. Okay. that. Now you can see the image. I didn't get it quite in there in that area, but I think that's going to be okay for what I'm doing. So I've got my Make Art station, and here's why. Got some water and I've got some paint. Now you can do this with any paints you have, but I was gifted these and they're pretty awesome and they're super shiny, but I'll also have some links below for other more affordable shiny colors, because what I want to do here, I just want to make some flowers. Let's see, which way do we go like that? Okay, I think I want to do fuchsia. Love this color. And these magnetize down, so I think that would be nice. I like the N leaf. I don't know what that stands for, but we're going to use that. And maybe we'll also do a little bit of orange. Let's slide you over like that. And do I want to have any other color? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to mix in some reds into the flowers. Okay, now I'm going to activate these a little by just by throwing things all over my craft/dining room. I'll just take a little water here. Just get that started like that, that. Because this is watercolor paper, I think I'm going to wet it down first. And the whole idea here is that this is going to be super messy and not super fancy. So I'm just really going to just get these leaves, right? Get the leaves in here. And this is where I'm going to do some of my, actually I've never used black paper for this. This is kind of cool because you can kind of see where you're actually putting the water down. See how it darkens up like that? That's really cool. And now we'll come over here and I'm just going to pick up some of this. This might be way too much, but I'm just going to be adding in some of this shimmery, shiny goodness. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I didn't get any water over there. That's okay. The other thing that's kind of nice is the embossing will sort of act like a little well for me and hold some of these colors in place. Now, of course, it's going to take a while to dry. This is making me look like I know what I'm doing, but I tell you, wow, these colors are just crazy. Crazy. I know that their Altenew also makes some metallic colors. And again, this is where I feel like even if you're not a fancy painter, like I'm not, that's not fancy, but look at how cool that flower looks, right? This looks crazy cool. All right, I'm going to rinse this off. I'm going to get some clean water, and I'm going to put this in the center just a little bit here. Wet that down. I don't even really know what I'm painting, right? Like I don't know what that is. I'm just going to pretend it's something that's going to get red like that. Okay. Just dab it in, a little shiny red stuff. Because whatever I end up doing with all of this, I'm just going to pop a greeting on it anyway, and hopefully the greeting will be very minimal. Let's try some leaves. Do I have lots of leaves? Yeah. Just get some green leaves. How many of you remember that song, Green Sleeves? Green sleeves. Da, 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 da. I just went outside of the line here, so maybe I could kind of go like that. This is where I need to stop talking and just start concentrating on the painting. Okay, there's a lot more to paint. And again, this is where I may have bit off more than I can chew, but again, I'm just going to come in here and just throw water all in the center of this one. This one I'm going to go a little faster. We're going to let this dry, and it will take a little while because there's a lot of liquid on there, but look at that. Wait till you see it though once it's dry with all the shine. And once that's done, we'll be back. While I'm waiting for this to dry, I am going to just cut a piece of gold cardstock. I think I just have this matte gold. Oh, apparently it's wet now because I'm going to try something that may or may not work. You know, I probably should do it not on this paper because this paper is so sticky. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's pick it up. Like that. very sticky. Powder this up, and I'm just going to grab the embossing magic for right now. Just see, because I don't know what will happen. And we're going to bring it down. And I think I will use my, my stamp press here. I think I did get it crooked, but what are you going to do? I mean, that's a little off, though. Look at that. Yeah, it's way off. I can totally see it. It still might be salvageable, though. Let's try. I think I pushed too hard. It looks a little smushy. But, I mean, the ink fell off really nicely. I just stamped it in the wrong place. I could trim it. Woo, it's really curls. Look at that. I don't know. That I wasn't expecting. Look at the curl, maybe because it has metallic in it. I framed this out using one of my label dies, and I think I can salvage it, so let me cut this out. I don't know if it was in the right position. I think... Okay, nice idea, but I think what needs to happen is this needs to be stamped first. I'm going to do this one more time off camera, make it look better, and then we're going to grab the watercolor panel, cut it down, and complete our card. Better. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little, this is what I like to do, put a little tape down here. That sentiment label die set that I love to use also comes with little notchies. So we're just going to, rather than freehand it, we're just going to do that. How's that look? Does that look about right? I never get them perfect, but I think that will be fine. So I'll go ahead, run this through, and we'll get the notch. Oh, look at that. I mean, it's not, I never get them perfect when I do that. Well, it's not bad. All right, setting this aside. If I cropped this all the way up, check it out. I could cover up the glitch. And I could use this for something else. Now that would be pretty, right? But honestly, the glitch isn't bad. And I don't know. I don't know how much of this I want, not here or there. That's what's kind of tricky, you know, when you start to get into this. But, you know, that would be cute there. But see, yeah. I definitely, if I'm going to do something like this, I definitely want to have my greeting more in the lower area. And that actually would be really nice for covering up the boo-boo. So that's what I'm going to do. To finish this card, and again, this is so different from the first three, but you know, that's all right. Sometimes you just follow in the spirit. And here's what we're going to do. I think I can see the light on this. Can I see the light on this? Sure. I'll just look at the top. I just thought it would look nice on just a black note card because it's very austere. Okay, like that. And I'll take that liquid glue again because this is going to stick really hard and I don't want to mess this up at this point because I've already put so much time and effort into it. So let's get the ruler and I'm going to press this right up against the side like that to cover up that mistake. Actually, should I come down a little lower? No, that's fine. Well, maybe a little. And we're going to let go of that. I think I'm a little off, so go like this. There we go. Down. We lined up perfectly. Yeah, that looks good. So you get a little shiny greeting, and then again, I wish I could get the light to really capture the shine of the paint, but I think that is a lovely card, and that is card 4. You know what? I changed my mind. I decided to just take a few sequins to add to this because why not? We're already all in with the gold. Boop. So let's boop, add just a few. That'll be a boop and slide. Boop. One over here. Boop. And one here. And that is the finished card project. So just a few shiny sequins to add to the gold, and that officially finishes the 4th card. And that wraps up the 4 cards that I'm sharing today from the February kit. Hopefully it inspires you to check the kit out. I think the pattern paper alone is so fantastic, but the stamps and the little miss you die, wonderful. You can find all of the links to specifically the main kit in the description box, and I'll also link all the other supplies that I used to finish out the cards. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.